Hello everyone, look at this. Do you remember the adverts? Ah, Nicole!
Papa?
Nicole!
The Renault Clio. That's going back some years now. This is a 2003 Renault Clio. It's not in the best of condition. It was a trade-in for £100 we allowed on this, and it shows. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on the ramp, have a walk around it and see what's wrong with it, and then make the decision, is it actually worth doing up and reselling, or shall we just scrap the bloody heap of crap? We shall find out. Well, I'll tell you what, it flipping stinks in here. You know how you get like water that's been sitting under the carpets and it's yeah, it's not wet, it's dry, but it smells of stagnant water. Anyway, have we got ignition? It's been sitting for a few days now. Let's see if the battery's got any go in it. Yes, it has. I'll point out the mileage is 107,000 miles. Stick it in gear. Handbrake. Look at the, oh dear, look at the windscreen. It's got gaffer tape on it. I wonder what they're hiding there. In actual fact, ooh, windscreen washers work. The blades don't clear the bloody water very well though. Oh, no, that's better. Yeah, not too bad. Anyway, that's telling me to put my seatbelt on. All right. Well, I think the first thing to note is the clutch pedal. How can I put it? I'll stick it into gear, and as I let the clutch up, it's not even biting yet, and I've come up nearly all the way. So just about there, it's starting to bite, really right at the very top of its travel. Right back there, it's moving. So there's a potential that the clutch could possibly be slipping, but even if it's not slipping, it's biting really high up. So that's not a good sign. I haven't heard the AC pump clicking, even though it lights up. So I'm guessing there's no gas in it, or the compressor's buggered, or worse. I'm going to have a look at that windscreen in a minute. Nothing in there. It's got a sunroof. What the frig? Sunroof don't want to open. Okay, I'll have a look on the outside. Oh, apart from that, it looks okay in here. Not bad. At least the seats are in one piece. Oh dear. Well, that's not good. More gaffer tape on the bloody door seals. someone's taped it all up. Yeah, look. All completely deteriorated and split, and yeah, it's not a very good sign if you want to sell a car, having seals looking like that. It looks like it's been abused. Anyway, let's have a look in the back. The one good thing about these French cars, even though they're very old, they seem to do very well when it comes to rust. I don't seem to see much in the way of rust on these Renaults. I think they've got galvanised steel, is it? Yeah. Broken light lens, that's been taped as well. At least the boot opens. It's got a spare wheel. It's a bit low on air. Toolkit. Okay. This is one of those cars where they've still got a blooming door lock on the passenger side. Anyway, let's have a look at this sunroof. Why won't it open? This may be hard to see, but going by someone's they've actually glued the sunroof in, and I know exactly why. It's because it was leaking water. They could have actually fixed it from leaking, but they've decided to glue it up. So that would need sorting out, I'm sure. If somebody was to buy this, they're not going to want a glued up sunroof. No. No siree. Mirror cover missing. Let's have a look at this bloody windscreen. Bloody gaffer tape on the bloody windscreen. Come on. Yeah, it's got a crack. It's got a crack on the screens, that's why they've taped it up. That actually wouldn't fail an MOT test where it is, but there again, you know, you can't really sell a car with a great big crack in the windscreen, can you? And look at the seals. There's a piece missing there, or it's shrunk. One of the two. But the bodywork's okay. Oh dear. Oh my god. Look at them headlight lenses. Mind you, that's no big deal. They'll just need cleaning up, wouldn't they? Bit of wet and dry. Bit of cutting polish. That one's no better. So far on our 2003 Renault Clio, piece of crap, we've got a clutch biting high, a cracked windscreen, a mirror cover missing on the passenger side, some twat has glued the goddamn sunroof shut, the driver's door seal is completely screwed, a broken rear lamp lens, the headlights need cleaning, and the air conditioning's not working. I haven't even lifted the flipping bonnet yet. Let's carry on. Okay, let's have a little look underneath the hood. At least the bonnet's steady bars there. Battery's secure. Plenty of coolant in it. Will there be a ton of fumes coming out of the engine if I remove the dipstick? No, there isn't. Of course, this is the 1.2 litre 16 valve engine. They've certainly put the air conditioning compressor in a nice easy place to get to, even though it's not working. See the clutch on the end of the compressor, I've got the aircon switched on, so that should be dogged in, but it's not working. So there's either no gas in it, or it's got a leak somewhere, or maybe the compressor's done. Who knows? But the engine sounds sweet. I have to say, it does sound nice. ABS brakes. Oh well, there's not a lot more to say under here really. I guess I'll take a quick look underneath. Cameraman, can you take the ramp up in the air please?
Yeah, of course.
While you're not holding the bloody phone. Make yourself useful. Well, I'm going in. What have we got? There's a little bit of oil seepage on that sump bung. Oh, and the filter. So, and that's coming from higher up, believe it or not. You probably do believe it. I would say right up there it's wet with oil all round the back, going right up the top of the engine. So I'd say it's probably rocker cover gasket, if anything, that's leaking. What else? Oh, the brake discs look pretty good. ABS rings on the drive shafts look in one piece. I mean, this is an old car now. What is it, like 20 years old? Yeah, bloody 20 years old. You know when a car gets to 20 years old, Steve? When a car gets to 20 years old, it's a classic, isn't it? This is a classic. It's a classic car. At 20, they used to do away with, you never had to pay road tax on a classic car, did you?
You have to know.
I don't know anymore. I really don't know. They probably do charge you. I bet they bloody do.
I bet they charge you more.
Anyway, subframe's not rotten. The look at this catalytic converter. The clamp. That bolt's being like held on by a thread where it's rotted away. Nice. Let's walk down towards the back. Yeah. There's no rot though. There's no corrosion, no rust that I can see. What about the outer seals? No, even they're in good condition. Look at the bottom of the doors.
I mean,
not bad.
Nah, when you open the doors, it's not very good.
Coil springs, brake pipes, that's something to look for. But they look very good, and they look like they're original. I know on these Renault Clios there's a big mounting at the back there that normally, yeah, that's a bit buggered. Oh well, but that's nothing, that's an easy thing to fix. The exhaust looks very good. It looks like it's been looked after fairly well, apart from it hasn't had a bloody clean in I don't know how long. But nothing too serious under here to moan about. Wheel arches are good, sills are good. Righto, what are the tyres like? You know, it all adds up when you get an old car like this, how much you've got to spend on it. That tyre actually looks okay. Drive shaft boot, looking fine. I know the ball joints on these Clios, they are quite prone to failure. So I'll get my bar in there between the hub and the arm, give it a bit of a pull. Nope, that feels good. That's a good ball joint. I'll jack it under the wheel as well. Yeah, no, that looks good. Can't complain. The inner bushes on the arm look okay. That's okay. Oh dear. That tyre, without measuring it, I would say is probably just on the limit or a tad below. I haven't got a tyre tread depth gauge at hand, so I couldn't tell you for sure, but either way I wouldn't put this through an MOT of a tyre. I'd change this tyre. Oh yeah, it's completely devoid of tread just there. So yeah, that tyre's had it. Okay, I'm on the passenger side, and the top shock absorber strut mount is worn out basically. So there's a mounting and a bearing at the top of that shock absorber, and if I rock the wheel from 6 and 12 o'clock, you can see that knocking. So that really, I mean, it won't be so bad once the weight's on the wheel, but I mean, it is still worn out. There should not be that amount of play up there. So I'm just rechecking like the ball joints and everything else by rocking the wheels at like 3 and 9 o'clock. I can actually still feel the play in that top mount is where the shock absorber strut is actually tipping. But I can't see nothing else wrong. All the boots and the steering rack gate and everything up here looks okay. So, and the wheel bearing sounds all right as well. This side's got a bit of play in the top shock mount, but it's nowhere near as bad. This side is actually passable. Brake hoses, drive shaft gaiters, rack gaiters, ball joint, dust covers, bushes, anything I can see looks pretty good.
Pretty decent for a classic, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, not bad at all. There's one piece I actually did not see from under the wheel arch on the actual steering rack gaiter. I'll get to get my screwdriver down there because it's quite a way down. I've just noticed that the actual steering rack gaiter, where it bolts onto the rack, there's a big split at the top, just there. So, and I couldn't see that from under the wheel arch, so I would have missed that. But there you go, that's kerfuffed. That needs a new one. Oh well, let's have a little look at the rear end. Oh, for God's sake. That is knackered. That tyre is absolutely screwed. At least the back springs are okay. No leaks from the shock absorbers. Is the wheel bearing okay? Yes, it is. There's better just finish off by checking this side, the passenger side. And to be honest with you,
that's sick, you actually pressed the middle.
this tyre is not great. It's really like, well, the tread's okay on the inner bit, but the outer bit's not. So, oh God almighty, really it could do with 3 tyres on it. Right, well, conclusion. Where's my piece of paper? My notes. So we've already outlined the clutch, windscreen, mirror cover, sunroof, door aperture seal, rear lamp, headlamp lenses, AC not working, steering rack gaiter split, passenger front tyre bulb, play in the passenger front top suspension mount, and both rear tyres pretty well. The driver's rear tyre is knackered and the passenger rear tyre isn't great. So my conclusion is, if you wanted to just sell this on as is, then fine if it was a private sale, but this being a car sales, to sell this car, it would probably come with a month's warranty or God knows what, and it's just going to be too much hassle. So I reckon the cost of actually having to, if we had to, fit a screen, which we would have to, do the other little repairs on it, 3 tyres, and probably have to fit a clutch in it, it's just going to outweigh what it's worth. And I reckon the car is probably £1,200–1,300 at the most if you wanted to sell it. It's an old car, it's 20 years old. I know cars are keeping their value these days, but my God, there's a limit to everything. And by the time you spent out on all the work that this would need, and the time, like fixing the goddamn sunroof, it's just not worth it. But hey, look at this. There is a site on the internet, and I mean, we got £100 trade-in value on this car, and there's lots of sites like this. This is Redcorn Limited. Nuisance vehicle specialist. Scrap a car or van. You put in your registration number and postcode, and then you press the get valuation. So, ooh, £235 they're saying they could possibly give us for this Renault Clio. So we could make ourselves £135 profit just by letting them come and take the car away. So I actually think if you're happy with the valuation, click proceed. Vehicles 2012 or newer must start, run and have a valid MOT to qualify for higher pricing. If you bring your vehicle to our yard, we give you an additional £30. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to take the money, take the £235 and run, rather than deal with all the work, time and effort and money that we'd have to plough into that car to make it pretty reasonable for someone to buy.
Well,
right then, the decision has been taken. Sayonara, goodbye, see ya, adios. You're too much trouble than you're worth. Scrapyard for you, matey boy, Renault Clio. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. See ya. Right, Molly. How's it going? Junkyard in the sky. By the way, seeing you here, would you like to just take it for a run?
Sure.
Have you drove a Clio before?
No.
If your name was Nicole, you'd be suited to this car.
Papa?
Nicole.
You wouldn't even born then, but there was an advert where it was like, there was like a French advert for this car. It goes, ah, Nicole!
Nicole.
Don't worry about it, jump in,
Yeah, nothing.
get your feet in. Right,
Okay, now.
just feel the quality.
yeah, Clio is a solid car, to be honest. And she's gone.
Oh, here it comes.
Well, I think it's going where it belongs to.
You don't like it then?
Nope.
You're not keen on the Clio?
Nope. And it stinks.
Well, I know it smells. It needs more than a valet.
Well, yeah, it needs a rebuild.
Oh well, so you don't want to buy it.
No, I'd rather walk.
Well, it's going to the scrapyard then.
Good.
So, well, thank you, Money.
You're
I
welcome.
thought I could sell it to you for £240 rather than £235.
No, I'm good, thanks.
Cheers.
She's like,
Okay, well, in that case, that bloody seatbelt buzzer is so annoying. There we go, it wheel spins. Oh, I can smell the burning rubber now. Well, it's a lovely sunny morning. The Redcorn truck is here, car transporter, to take our Clio away. There's the man from Redcorn. Going to take our prized possession away. He's reclaimed it. I better get out of out of the way of the road. Mercedes truck. Nice. Can you see the speed that car went up there? Wow. A stunt driver. I'll tell you something, he's done that before. Thank you very much. And there we have it. Red Corn Scrap Vehicle Specialists. That's the end of our Renault Clio. And he's off. That's it. See you in the next one. Adios.